físicos.
Exactamente, podemos decir que gestó a la hija de su hijo.
Exactamente, es así. Es medio emoji igual de gente pensando, ¿no? Porque
Sí,
decir
claro.
como que una señora que parió a su nieta, efectivamente fue la madre gestante, el vientre subrogante. Ahora, después empezás a ahondar un poco cómo sucedió esto. Es el esperma del hijo y óvulos de la hermana del marido del hijo. Vos decís, pará, pero todo esto y esto... Todo se gestó en la panza de una señora de 61 años que ya era postmenopáusica. Todo increíble.
Parece como un laboratorio, ¿no? Una
Exactamente.
prueba de laboratorio.
Una prueba que salió muy bien igual.
Nice and kind, but I feel great. Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 61 years old.
Well, you gave birth at 61.
Yes, I did.
But I'm a kid like everyone else.
We ended up getting married when it became legal, and then decided we wanted to have a family not too long ago.
And how did you decide that? Was it difficult?
We have had a really fun life together, and I think we just both hit a point where we really treasured our life and we really wanted to have someone to share that with. So it just kind of naturally occurred that we started talking, like maybe having a kid would be something we would be interested in, and we just kind of ran with it from there, and both got really excited.
How did you decide to become a carrier?
They wanted to start a family. First of all, I was overwhelmed and excited that they were going to take the next step into their journey. And I said, you know, if you're taking candidates, put my name in the hat. I would love being pregnant, and I'm healthy, and I was like, there would be no reason why you know, if I could do it, I would do it. And it was funny because at the time the boys were like, there's no way, you're too old, but thank you, you're being nice, but we'll just let you just go ahead.
I obviously assumed that someone that is postmenopausal, that's 60 years old, can't carry a baby. So when my mom offered, we really did laugh at her, and
We were like, that's really kind and that's really like touching that you would offer, but
Yeah,
you
like,
can't.
don't worry.
Thank you.
yeah, we're all right.
But when he went to go see the fertility doctor, and he kept mentioning that my mom keeps offering, and she kind of picked up the interest and said, well, you know, give me some of her history. And they found out that I'm on no medicines. I have never had to have a hysterectomy. My uterus was still intact. And so then that's when she decided to have an appointment with us, a consulting visit with us, to see if I would be a liable candidate for this procedure.
It seemed risky, and we just really kind of had to trust our doctors and our IVF specialists, because the whole time she's saying, you know, even though she's 60, she's healthy, her blood pressure is great, her cholesterol is great, her uterus is great, she can carry this full term. So I had to really rely on the professionals to make myself feel comfortable with it.
And when you told your husband and friends, what did they tell you at the beginning?
There was a lot of shock. First of all, you know, because we'd say, you know, they're going to have a baby, they were, you know, very jubilant and happy. And then they said, well, they have to have a carrier. And they were like, oh, okay, who is it? And then my husband loved to go for the big bang shock, and he'd say, it's my wife. And then, of course, then it was like the stares, you know, people would look at you. And but once we discussed, or we explained to them the process and how I could do it, then they were all they were like, that's really cool, and very supportive. From the very beginning, our family and friends have been very, very supportive, yeah.
How did your body react? Did you feel like the previous pregnancies?
You know, everything was exactly the same. I maybe a little bit more intensified. I thought the morning sickness was a little bit more harsher than it was back then. But as far as my body adapting, the rest of the pregnancy was really pretty easy.
A lot of people kind of question, like, why wouldn't you have someone else do it? Well, one, from a logistical standpoint, we had someone that we had a relationship with, so we could be part of that pregnancy. We could go to the appointments. We could talk about diet and lifestyle. With someone like my mom, we could have those conversations, and it felt more like a community as opposed to like a contract.
Still a really big head. We're still at the big head stage. 10 weeks, 1 day, 3.2 centimeters. Looks great. Good.
What do you remember about that day? At what time did you go to the hospital? I mean,
That day will be...
who took you?
Yeah, you know, it will always be, we were just saying, that will be a special day forever because my blood pressure did get high. So they said, the doctor was very cute and he says, today we're going to have a birthday party. Come on in. We're just going to bring you in and have you induced.
Do you want to natural birth or cesarean?
No, that's my goal was to do it naturally. And I was very fortunate that I could.
All right, you ready to go?
Here we go.
Okay.
We got everybody
All
here.
right, there we go. Okay. Good luck.
We were on the other side of the room, so we were really grateful that she let us be in there because it was such a intense experience. I mean, birth is just crazy, and the fact that women can do that is magical. I feel so grateful because I feel a completely different appreciation for life and a completely different form of love that I didn't know you could feel, and I want to like now be the best version of myself, and we feel courageous and we feel like this is our time to be alive, and so we're really just grateful that she's here because she's given us so much.
Girl takes to the wind. Well, I jumped from my
That's what a lot of people were asking me, if I would be, they were like, you're going to be close to this grandbaby, but are you going to be able to hand her over without having that entitlement or that commitment that this is yours? But the minute I handed the baby over to the fathers and I saw them go over and do the baby testing that they normally have to do, I knew that my chapter of the story was over with. I've done everything I could in this story, and now it's their turn to start writing and journaling what their life's going to be with this little precious girl. And being a mother and now a grandmother, it was just twofold, a gift that I will cherish forever, and I'm so grateful I could do this and honored that they let me do it.
No sabemos muy bien acá con Diego si que todo quede en familia está bien o está mal, ¿no?
Claro, pensábamos cómo es la cosa cotidiana, cómo la notan, qué pasó
Bueno,
después.
desde lo legal es en un estado muy conservador que sucedió esto en Nebraska. Está en el medio de Estados Unidos. En el certificado de nacimiento aparece la madre que dio a luz, en este caso la señora, y el padre biológico, en este caso el hijo. Entonces van a hacer todo un proceso judicial para que el marido del hijo, ¿se entiende?, pueda adoptarlo. Bueno, en algunos estados esto ya se puede hacer con más facilidad. En este caso, como es muy conservador, no.
Mamá e hijo.
Mamá e hijo, pero que es una cuestión legal. No es que hubo incesto, porque la fecundación fue in vitro.
Sí, sí, nos quedó claro. Igual es raro, ¿no?
Ella muy en paz, ¿no? Ella
Estaba mejor que yo. Estaba.
Más allá de
Acababa de parir.
Estaba completamente en